Hello friends, this is the practice paper of linear algebra of unit first part 1. This includes chapter 1 and next chapter I will give you in next part that I will upload tomorrow. So let's start. Vector space involves internal binary operation, external binary operation, both A and B, and none of these. So here answer C is correct, as vector space include both internal binary operation as well as external binary operation. Okay. Second is, if in greater V, U star V belongs to greater V, for all UV belongs to greater V and U star V is unique, then the binary operation star is internal binary operation. Means this is the condition for what? Internal binary operation, external binary operation, unique operation, or none of these. So this is the condition for internal binary operation. Here answer A is correct. Next question is question number 3. If for each U belongs to V and A belongs to F, A star U belongs to V and A star U is unique, then star is called as. Now this condition is for which? Internal binary operation, external binary operation, both A and B, and none of these. So this is for external binary operation. Here answer B is the correct answer. Next question is, what are the conditions of vector space? Associativity and commutativity, existence of identity element, existence of additive universe, and all of these. So here answer D is correct. D is the correct option, as these four are the condition: associative, commutative, existence of identity element, existence of additive universe. So these four conditions of vector space. So here answer D is correct. Okay, all of these. Question 5th is, a non-empty set V together two operation called addition and scalar multiplication, such that for U V belongs to greater V, there is a unique element U plus V belongs to greater V, and for each A belongs to F, U belongs to greater V, there is a unique element AU belongs to greater V, is the definition of what? Vector space, abelian group, internal binary operation, external binary operation. So this is the definition for vector space. These all are the conditions including in vector space. Okay, so here answer A is the correct answer. Next question is, a group in which the result of applying the group operation to two group elements does not depend on the order in which they are written is called abelian group, vector space, external binary operation, and internal binary operation. So here answer A is correct, that is abelian group. Okay, now next question is, an ordered n tuple of real number is called as column vector, row vector, real n vector, and none of these. Here answer C is correct, that is real n vector. Okay, next question is, an ordered pair of a1 a2 of real number is called dash vector, space vector, plane vector, column vector, and row vector. So here answer B is correct, that is the plane vector. Okay, now next question is, an ordered triple pair a1 a2 a3 of real number is called dash vector, space vector, plane vector, column vector, row vector. So here it is space vector. Okay, if it is of two pair, then it is called as plane vector. Now an ordered triple pair, here it is triple pair, so this is space vector. Okay, now question 10th is, a non-empty subset W of a vector space VF is said to form a dash if W is also a vector space over F with the same addition and scalar multiplication as for V. A space, B subspace, C trivial subspace, D none of these. So here answer B is correct, that is subspace. Okay. Now next question is, the zero space consisting of the single element zero vector and the vector space V itself are the subspaces of every vector space V F and are called dash subspaces, and other subspaces which are left, if any there, okay, left, other spaces which are left, if any there, okay, are called dash subspaces. So we have to choose from this: improper, proper, proper, improper, double, trivial, none of these. So here answer A is correct, that is improper and proper. See how? Means if zero space consisting of the single element, that is zero vector, then it is improper, and all other which are left, that are proper. Okay friends, so here is, in first space we fill improper, and in second space we have to fill proper. Okay friends, so A is the correct answer. The necessary and sufficient condition for a non-empty subset W of a vector space Vf to be a subspace are: U minus V belongs to W for UV belongs to W, AU belongs to W for A belongs to F and U belongs to W, both A and B, and D is none of these. So C is the correct answer, that is both A and B. Okay. Here we have to give the necessary and sufficient condition. Okay. Question 13 is, what is the direct sum of spaces? Option A vector space V, if its two subspaces W1 W2 for every V belongs to V does not belongs to greater V. A vector space V of its two subspaces W1 W2 for every V belongs to greater V can be uniquely expressed as V is equal to W1 plus W2, where W1 belongs to W1 and W2 belongs to W2. Okay, both A and B and none of those. So here C is the so here answer B is the correct answer. What is the direct sum of spaces? So correct definition is B. Okay, answer B is the correct answer. Now next question is, two subspaces W1 and W2 of V are said to be disjoint if their interaction is the not zero, zero subspaces, not defined, and none of these. So here answer B is the correct answer. If their interaction are zero subspaces, then it is called to be disjoint. Okay. And the last question is, the necessary and sufficient condition for a vector space Vf to be a direct sum of its subspaces W1 and W2 are, means we have to give the necessary and sufficient condition for a vector space to be direct sum. Okay, V is equal to W1 plus W2. W1 is a subset of W2 is equal to 0, both A and B, and none of these. So here C is the correct answer, as it includes both condition A and B. Okay, so here answer C is the correct answer. Okay friends, thank you all for supporting me, and subscribe the channel those who has not subscribed up to yet.